Houston, why do you think they had so much success against this Browns defense that was so good most of the year?
Well, I think it was a lot of things. I think, first of all, the Browns ran into a really, really good quarterback in C.J. Stroud. I think he's just better this year than most people gave him credit for. And even though he's a rookie, he's not playing like it. And Bobby Slowick, his offensive coordinator, calling great games for him, really understands what his strengths are. And I think they found some weaknesses in the Browns defense. If you see some of the post-game quotes and some of the things that have come out since then, you hear CJ Stroud saying, we knew their eyes weren't going to be disciplined in certain cases. And they weren't. I mean, they just weren't. There were certain times where he was able to completely catch them off guard with their eyes in the wrong place. That happened on 2 touchdowns, the long one to Brevin Jordan, and then the other one to Dalton Schultz, both tight ends. So I think that had something to do with it. I just don't think that the Browns were as battle tested against really, really good quarterbacks this season as they thought they were, and I think it came back to haunt them.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you think about it, Trevor Siemian, Clayton Tune, Joe Burrow wasn't 100% as you go through it. Let me ask you, defensively, assuming that Jim Schwartz is back, and unless he's offered a head coaching job, that's probably fair to assume. Is it reasonable to expect the defense to get even better? Because we tend to forget, this is the first year in Jim Schwartz's system.
Well, they're going to have to get better because, as I mentioned before, they were not battle tested in the way that they originally were supposed to be by a better lineup of quarterbacks this season. You rattled off a few of them, but they had Clayton Tune, a first-time rookie, a 5th-round pick instead of Kyler Murray. They had Trevor Siemian instead of Aaron Rodgers. They had a completely not ready to play Joe Burrow in the opener, and they didn't face him in the season finale. And then, there were other situations like that. They had Gardner Minshew instead of Anthony Richardson. And, Gardner Minshew's having a nice season, but, he still is the backup. So I just don't think that they were as battle tested. I really think that they only defeated one really good quarterback, one premier elite quarterback, and that was Lamar Jackson. And they did beat Brock Purdy, but I think that needs an asterisk because, it has to be said, Brock Purdy was without his top weapon in Deebo Samuel that whole entire game, and he was without Christian McCaffrey in the second half. And that's really, I thought that was the difference in the game. They're a completely different team with those two guys. It would have been like the Browns being without Amari Cooper and David Njoku. I mean, how good would Joe Flacco have looked without those guys? So I just don't think the Browns were as battle tested as perhaps they thought they were, and therefore maybe the number 1 defensive ranking, just has a little bit of an asterisk next to it.